Update!
And it's been another week. As you can tell from the title, things have changed. And it's up to us to decide where we go from here. I want your guys' input on this. I'm going to tell you all about what's happened in Pops this week. It's been pretty good. But first, let's address YouTube changes. Craig sent me a text message saying, you know, maybe you want to stop numbering the updates because it might seem a little insurmountable to anybody showing up. They might not check them out because they're numbered. And it made perfect sense to me. And I learned long ago that when Craig suggests something about my YouTube presence, obviously it has a lot of weight, and I kind of implement it immediately. I used to push back a lot, but he thinks about YouTube way more than I do. So if he's got an opinion on something, it means it's coming from a place not only of knowledge, but of like passionate knowledge. So I just kind of implement his suggestions now. Obviously the purpose of this channel, the main purpose of this channel, is the Platoon of Power Squadron. It's the actual series itself. It's not the updates. I've been uploading updates every Sunday, almost 200 Sundays. And if I'm counting the cinematic study guides, I've uploaded over 200 Sundays at this point. It's 200 weeks in a row that I put something up on YouTube. This would be like 202, I think, at this point. Almost 4 years. But YouTube has changed. Since people are subscribed to so much, the way subscription boxes have been acting has changed. You know, sometimes if you don't click on something for a while, it stops showing up in your subscription box. The logarithm or whatever decides, oh yeah, no, okay, so then you're not as interested in this as you once were. We'll remove that from your subscription box for you. The fact that the updates are every week and a lot of my subscribers don't click on it, it makes me wonder how many subscription boxes I have disappeared from entirely. And there's a lot of discontentment on YouTube about things like that. There's just a lot of discontent about playing the game of YouTube and all this stuff lately. It all happened kind of like in one day. I noticed there are these 4 videos that appeared like in really quick sequence, and the people talk about doing content that they care about or don't, and their relationship with their audience and all this stuff. And I thought it was really, really interesting. This girl Chelsea told her audience that sometimes she doesn't feel like they're worth it. Like, why do I do this? And Kevin responded to her about why he's lost passion, and then Thomas responded to Kevin, and these are like hugely long videos. And then shortly after that, the third Pew showed up with a "don't go into YouTube to be famous" thing, and his thoughts on it are really great too. People talking about their relationship with their audience, the format, all of these things. Now, for me, I used to look at the updates as a hassle, but then I started looking forward to them, you know? I love the update community that is here. It's not my primary purpose for having a channel, obviously that's the show, the Platoon of Power Squadron, but the updates have afforded me a much deeper interaction with a certain amount of subscribers. Like you guys who show up every week. Awesome. There's still like between 1,000 to like 1,900 of you that show up fairly regularly. My channel has 36,000 subscribers. Hardly anybody's subscribership reflects in their every video view. But that's like a huge gap between what people subscribed for and the updates viewers. And I think maybe when a new episode shows up, we're not showing up in a lot of subscription boxes because people don't click on the updates, and so we've disappeared from the subscription boxes. My question to you is, do you think that the updates are now hurting the channel? Craig initially suggested the updates as a way to stay in people's minds every week, and it's great, and we have a good time, or I have a good time at least, talking back and forth with a lot of you. But now that the subscription box has changed to this way, do you think that the updates are actively hurting the channel? I'm starting to think maybe they are, and I shouldn't do the updates, or do far fewer updates. Make it not a weekly thing, make it check in once a month. I'm curious what you think. I've been thinking about it a lot, I've got a lot more thinking to do, but I would like to know your opinion. As for what's happened in Pops this week, that location that I said was never going to happen, last second happened. My friend Jill knew this guy David. I talked to David on the phone. He had access to this parking garage. We got into this parking garage. We shot a great scene on a 20-degree night. It was an intense night, but we got exactly what we wanted to get. Last-minute production miracle. Happens that way sometimes. It was amazing. I can't show you the first or second shot of the night, so here is the third shot of the night. Okay, rolling.
Rolling.
And the last shot of the night.
Rolling.
Set. And it was a great night, and thank you so much to Jill, thank you so much to David, you guys made that happen. And I've been doing a lot of editing and VFX on the show this week, so it's just more work into Pops. Tim came over, we put all the posters in their tubes, and we took them to the post office. I shipped those off to anyone who donated for a poster. That's great. Obviously, if I did space out the updates or something along those lines. Obviously, I would still do the FaceTime updates with the people who donated to get introduced to the audience, but at this point, it would have to be after the episode anyway, because that's when people are actively watching the updates again, is right after an episode. I think if we hold off until right after an episode, the people who donated for that perk, it'll be of more value for them then. And that's when I intend to do those, is right after episode 8 airs. Let me know what your thoughts are. I've got a lot to consider. If you want to check out any of those videos, there's links in the doobs to those. People who've been on YouTube for a while have a complicated relationship with their channel, their audience, and their thoughts on the format as well. And I think it's all really interesting stuff. I, of course, love what YouTube has done for me. You guys showing up has been amazing. I love checking in weekly, but I also don't want it to hurt the thing that I love the most, which is the show that we make. And I hope you guys have a great week. Take it easy. Pops logo. Almost forgot the Pops logo. But there it is. Can't forget that.